I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the head shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
My dad, when he became a Rikishi character. When you think about small wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor. You know, he had the blonde hair, still carry the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. Became even more popular.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
Rikishi is fat, all right?
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What? Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal
to not show up? Rikishi has proven as Austin has.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 424 pounds, Rikishi!
We've learned more about Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about him his entire career here in WWE. He's in a ring with Austin, not for himself, but for The Rock.
And now he's coming out here. I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager's going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit, and Rikishi's going to win. This man makes me sick.
Snake's music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve
Austin took the first line to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay.
Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas rattlesnake.
It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about what he's walking into the city doing again. That man is sick.
Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job. Austin's going to absolutely tee off on Rikishi.
This one is going to get ugly in a hurry. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Austin survived being run over by Rikishi. Now, pissed off, Texas Rattlesnake is on the loose and out for revenge.
It took Austin almost a year to recover from the injuries he suffered in that heinous attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight.
Lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days of walking above ground. This is no holds barred.
To your injury?
And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who's going and feels justified for letting Austin down like a dog.
To be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE. Serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over a human being. We're fortunate that only Johnson on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick and you even condone what Rikishi did. Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them. These two show how well they know each other.
It's in a state of distress now.
Rikishi went onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble. We talk a lot about Austin being prepared for a fight. Talk about the rattlesnakes preparing to make Rikishi a dead man. Well, right now it's Rikishi doing the brawl. Rikishi's disdain for Austin is greater than even we anticipated.
We talked so much about moments leading into this match, and we think Rikishi's a delusion. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of that.
Yeah, boy, was it the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there was no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that. Austin and Rikishi training heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired.
New notification. Microphone muted.
Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi. All of that venom, all the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is
no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot.
And do you hear
this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All they want to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his helmet. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man. Rikishi taking that as an empty threat, saying that Austin isn't the man he claims to be. Trust me, when Stone Cold says he has you in his crosshairs, that's no empty threat. Good grief. Austin getting himself some Texas rattlesnake retribution on Rikishi.
No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
He has a kendo stick in hand, and this place just turned into South Swanson Street.
Austin is like a man possessed. The heels to years since Austin's been in the ring. He quickly slides into the ring.
There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks, and this always crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point.
Oh, man, meeting the barricade. Rikishi feeling the pride of his family with every ounce of damage he delivers to Stone Cold. And he now slides back into the ring.
Something visionary.
Labels are coming. Rikishi, get back up.
You gotta be kidding me. Every season shot. Dangerous starting to show in the face of Austin. I think the Rattlesnake will do anything to close this out. With the counter. And he's a step ahead of Austin. And Rikishi is looking at his movement on the Rattlesnake throughout this match.
Rock is smiling about it too. Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey. And now they just drop their bombs.
Decides to leave the confines of the ring. Kendo stick right to the head.
And we know how the secret of Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer. And no feeling like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in his scoop. Snapback could set something else up. Situational awareness with immediate action.
What's he looking for here?
He's got a table. We know where this is going, gentlemen.
And now thrown back into the ring.
And Rikishi fades out.
He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? Taking to the floor. He's got carries him to the count. Rikishi finds his target with that one. Spine buster. Playing all that offense. Things are about to turn disastrous. And he comes in under the ropes now.
The Texas Rattlesnake rallying the people to his side.
And this one's taken to the outside.
We have to get the hell out of the way. And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble.
And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin. He just averted disaster there.
And Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas Rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin had a good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the Rattlesnake is taking it far enough for him. He wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him. And he gets delivered back into the ring.
He basically moved it. Is enough to close this out.
He's able to beat a 2 count.
I thought this was over.
That's vicious.
Rikishi may have put the exclamation on this one. Side drop.
Keep holding Steve Austin down. Could this be the end? Rikishi sending the fangs for the Rattlesnake. Damn it. Was it not what many of us expected to see? We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a leftover Stone Cold time. The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear-view mirror.
That specialized in brute force over the years. Perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Anawai, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least. Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. Two WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after him. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing it.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course his devastating banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splat. Pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in the pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9. Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a two-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude for titles from around the world as they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Mr. Fuji is the champion from Hollywood, weighing 550 pounds.
One thing, Corey, he's 550 pounds, bigger than he's ever been.
And I understand Hulk Hogan trimmed down so he can have more speed, more endurance. But I'll tell you something, Hogan's got to take him out early.
This is going to answer a lot of unanswered questions for WrestleMania 9.
A lot of pressure on the president of WWE for what he did. But this is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan. Let the winner be the winner.
One thing's for sure, Hogan will be quicker, he will be faster than he's ever been in any previous title defense.
This is going to be interesting because he's wrestling a fresh Yokozuna this time. Not a man who's already wrestled a 15-minute match with Bret Hitman.
Hogan and Yokozuna's last match lasted less than 30 seconds when Hogan won the title at WrestleMania.
I can tell you, this match will go much longer. Yokozuna will not be caught by surprise this time.
Champion.
His opponent, and down the aisle in this match, from the mouth of the South, Jimmy from Venice Beach, California, weighing in 302 pounds, the WWE Champion,
You can feel this facility shake, literally moving. The rocks are shaking to the invasion of the WWE Champion, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan thrives on these people. He thrives on the Hulksters, the little Hulksters. This is what keeps this man going. Hulk Hogan's relying on the fans. He wants to hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength from them. But Yokozuna's focused. He has not taken his eyes off Hulk Hogan. He is ready, believe me.
The Hulkster ready for war, and you can bet, ladies and gentlemen, it will be warfare here.
We've been saying for weeks that he is going to be the first man to slam Yokozuna.
Nobody slams Yokozuna.
We'll see. Hulk Hogan wanted to prove it was not a fluke that he beat Yokozuna. And now, we're going to find out if it was a fluke or not. You can see it in the eyes of each individual. Only razor sharp focus when this much is on the line.
Michael Cole emanating from King of the Ring 1993 alongside Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, where Yokozuna hopes to regain the WWE Championship he lost in record time to Hulk Hogan.
Both men coming in with so much to prove. Hogan wants to prove his controversial WrestleMania win was no fluke. And he's also promised to finally slam the 550-pound giant right through the ring.
Yokozuna wants to erase the memory of his initial title reign that lasted mere seconds.
He knows your fresh Yokozuna can beat a fresh Hulk Hogan. And tonight is the chance to prove it.
Calculating the next move here.
This rematch against Hogan, but the president of WWE has made the controversial decision to give Yokozuna the title match.
Indeed, there will be no rematch for Brett, who, I might add, lost the title after Mr. Fuji interfered on Yokozuna's behalf. Instead, he was given an automatic entry into tonight's King of the Ring tournament.
The Hitman has certainly capitalized on that opportunity, already defeating Razor Ramon and Mr. Perfect tonight. Now, can he finish the job in the main event and win the King of the Ring?
And a message sent there letting the champion know the kid loves our off. And Hogan falling victim to a slew of offense.
Yokozuna taking the fight to Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster's rocked.
Hulk Hogan, a five-time champion now. This is his first title defense.
The Hulkster spent the last 2 months in Hollywood due to prior commitments, but you've got to understand that he was never expected to be WWE champion coming out of WrestleMania. Well, now.
But Hogan has emerged from his paradise.
The Brett this situation with Yokozuna is going to hit him like thunder.
We know each man's strategy coming in. Yokozuna has added 50 pounds to his frame since WrestleMania, while Hogan has actually slimmed down since he captured the WWE Championship.
Indeed, we're going to see more speed, more endurance from the Hulkster. But now Yokozuna has hit 550 pounds. Every kick, every leg drop, and every bonsai drop will be even more impactful. You know, Hogan slimming down may have an adverse side effect. Yokozuna can wrench those holds in the Hulkster's waistband. The waist and chest may be a little bit smaller, Corey, but you better believe that 24-inch pythons have not changed shape whatsoever.
And those pythons are primed to pick up the 550-pound monster and slam him through the mat. Highlights on display from Yokozuna.
Yokozuna making Hogan regret running this match. I love it.
Right to the back. That showed a complete lack of respect for your competition and for our sport. Bombastic claims coming out of both camps coming out of this one, gentlemen.
Hogan's claimed in interviews that he was squeezing with the bear hug.
The Bears get cinched in. Gotta find a way to catch your breath.
There's no quit whatsoever, raining on elbows and escaping the bear hug. Big boot to the gut. Thunder is full with thunder. Ooh, nasty shot to the throat. Getting him right into the corner. Wicked clothesline.
You can see Mr. Fuji at ringside. He showed him to do anything to hurt his client to win.
Indeed, he actually might actually bring things into this. We saw at WrestleMania 50 interference with Yokozuna to win against Brett. When he tried to get against Hogan, it backfired. And not to mention that this time, Hogan has Jimmy Hart in the opposite corner. And now for the South is keeping a close eye on Mr. Fuji to ensure this one stays fair. Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble.
He counters with a great reversal.
Because he was fouled. Close to being the chance he needs in this match.
A big swing of momentum against Hogan.
Some energy.
Can we just realize Yokozuna's meteoric rise in WWE has accomplished quite a lot? In a short amount of time.
Just look at the man's track record at major events.
He made his premium.
This is is not good for the Hulkster.
Yokozuna applying the pressure.
Furiously trying to cut his way out of the bear hug. Can he do it? Yes.
It was slipping out here. And Yokozuna's maintaining the advantage. Yoko now. Belly slam.
That's gonna be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years? These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing. Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Roll that up, Hulkster. Keep swinging. Keep firing away.
That boot. Yoko's staggering. He's down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan. Legs right. Here's the cover on Yoko. Who kicked out the legs right?
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here? An attack of monstrous proportions by Yokozuna. Perfectly. Time with the knees. Yokozuna side.
It's incredible.
And it's the package. The challenger stays alive. Wow. But needs to be always counted. Now gets tossed into the ring. No mercy being shown to Hogan here.
Hulkster's getting carved and dissected.
Steering leg drop.
And kick caught in the eye. Attack to the midsection.
Time to work out some aggression. Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
The fight is on, and it's furious.
So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
What's next? Hogan with a big champion.
champion. Here in the heartland of America, the heart of Hulkamania has just stopped beating. Hulk Hogan is finished.
Next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy. Tag team wrestling. Starting with the wild Samoans, Alpha and SIKO, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Alpha himself.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the head shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. Hard battle tests. They went for it every single night. More
astute fans, they also that early in their journey, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance! Already an imposing force that early on.
Their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. More than anybody knew he had the team on his hand, with Samu being his son and Fatu, his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition, devastating dives from the top rope. The duo will eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Steiner brothers, we're gonna give you a feeling that you have never before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We ask you to fix that, stop them in their tracks, and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history. Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery. In a tag team match set for only 20 at a combined weight of 565 pounds. Samu and Fatu, fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys. We're talking about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path. There's about to be a seismic collision in the ring. This match means so much to the Steiners and to the head shrinkers. The whole world is focusing on WrestleMania 9, and the last thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
It's on the line, and as is a stand to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE.
The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania. We'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 531 pounds. Rick and Scott.
The Steiner brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match.
Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling.
Like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all. WrestleMania 9 rolled out with a potential show-stealing match, guys. Too very fancy here. Instant victory. Turns it around and has the pin. And a good strong kick out there.
Likely just trying to sop out some energy with that cover.
The head shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE.
But they both come to this match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott and the Sheriff singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the head shrinkers tonight.
And he is directed into the corner. Boom! Wow, what a clubbing blow. Boom! Good defense from him.
And met with a right hand right to the face. There may be an abundance of togas in the arena today, but you're not going to see a lot of Greco-Roman wrestling out of the head shrinkers. They're just looking to hurt the Steiners.
And it actually helps Samu and Fatu here.
The Steiner brothers have earned most of their wins by utilizing their amateur wrestling skill set. I can't imagine they'll get many grappling opportunities against dedicated brawlers like the head shrinkers.
The whole world is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right. A big win at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's purse. I don't think the head shrinkers concern themselves much with the financial matters, Saxton, but they are dead set on proving they're the toughest dudes around.
Samu dishing it out now.
The head shrinkers smartly keeping themselves out of the grasp of Rick and Scott Steiner. There is a method to the madness of the head shrinkers. That's a creative way to use your head. Showing absolutely no mercy at all. What an onslaught. Power slam.
Before this match began, you heard the Steiner speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan to do what we do best, and that's wrestle." That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but Alpha has gone on record saying that his men are looking to tear Rick and Scott's heads off.
And there goes Steiner set outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now. Cleaning house.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, look at this. The power by Scott Steiner. The tag was made and Scott not aware. Big kick. Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
This is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the head shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
Just bouncing off the turnbuckle.
Climbing up those ropes now.
From the top.
Now Scott is getting beaten down.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu.
I'm not sure the head shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners.
Scott gets waylaid. As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams are feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania title?
I tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter where the fight takes place.
And as for the Steiners, we know they have big match experience, tons of amateur championship bouts in college, and some of WCW's biggest events. But even those can't hold a candle to the spectacle of WrestleMania.
Bigger impact, and the head shrinkers just might have it.
So he was really displaying aggression.
And Scott's got to flip the switch soon.
Down in a hurry. And just when he needed it most, he got the tag.
Stiff knee.
Clothesline. Pendulum backbreaker. TikTok.
Some of the skills all the way up top.
Another big move. Coming out from way up top. That's it. No way the Steiners come back now.
Being placed in the corner here.
Wicked clothesline.
Every attack is lingering even longer right now.
And his body has to be in extreme amounts of pain right now.
That's a creative way to use your head.
Up and knee right to the spine. A warning and a challenge from Samu.
And that was an effective attack, guys. Scott fights back.
Forcefully delivered.
Coming in off the tag.
Oh, you can
tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
Elbow drop. Piercing. Damage is starting to take its toll on him.
Steiner putting those amateur instincts to good use.
Steiner anticipating that.
What impact.
He's been dealt a good deal of damage.
I expect the tag soon here. Has to take the chance to get your win back deep in the match. Oh my goodness. Well-placed kick.
Fast thinking saves him there.
crowd. And into the turnbuckle. There's the tag. Tandem offense on the horizon here. They have their opponent. Face first. Is there any air left in Scott? Overhand chop. Get the win! Making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne has a huge responsibility. There's a legacy, you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the great one surpassed them all. Along with the usual achievements, if your name is The Rock, 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania.
Screenshot WWE 2K25.
And John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happened when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows, while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
Yes, man! Know your role! Shut your mouth!
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need to rattle off The Rock's resume to you. Now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest event against WWE's most iconic superstar and has always found a way to how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has on a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Raw Thursday to give the first jolt to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
Here comes the number one contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the champion from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue chip talent with a bright future.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Helmsley.
His opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Helmsley.
Helmsley is scheduled to face another challenger in an upcoming show this Sunday. He's taking the risk, stepping in here against the newcomer, Rocky Maivia.
Well, you can consider it risky, you can consider it overconfident, but any way you look at it, it's a dangerous move by Helmsley to take on an athlete who has been on a real roll. Rocky Maivia has been successful thus far in WWE, and Rocky is focused. Rocky is only thinking about tonight. Saxton, just curious, have you ever exercised your rights to remain silent? I am tired of all this talking about Rocky Maivia. Yeah, he's been a little bit, but it could all come to a screeching halt tonight at the hands of Hunter Helmsley. The energy in this arena is palpable. These competitors know exactly what's on the line.
The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance. Tonight in a match between our refined champion, Hunter Helmsley, and the young challenger, Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third generation up-and-comer nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight.
No, this is not going to look pretty. Submission being applied.
Needs to escape the dice. Gets free from that painful hold. Placing him in the corner here. Oh, with the elbow. And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because he's a chip off the old block. Notwithstanding as well the genes of his grandfather, the incomparable Peter Maivia. Chief Maivia. They don't come any tougher than Peter Maivia. If Rocky Maivia is going to take down the more polished and experienced Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's going to have to do it to the sky. Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. But at what cost?
Colliding with a barricade. Inconspicuous by his absence is the butler of Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who has been intervening in matches as of late. He might show up.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just another thing Maivia needs to worry about. Rocky has bigger problems in the ring, gentlemen. Biggest match he's ever had. Live television. He's got to have a stomach full of butterflies. Cupcake finds the spots.
And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing in the ring in pursuit of the Intercontinental Championship. Whip back into the ring. Elbow drop.
Piercing. And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's trying to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours. Rocky, 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep us cool. Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor, the caliber of our Intercontinental Champion. Another trip to the sky, and it pays off once again. Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all. Call the dentist.
Deeper into the Spanish now as it gets Helmsley, who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
He gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad? Keep your voice down.
Elbow drop on target. Great wherewithal there. Hooked up. Shin breaker. For the title. He breaks the rest county for 2.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank. Catches him with a jawbreaker.
Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody hit Rocky, hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
This is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Look at Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia. Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
It's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter vs. Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
Maivia's done. Official might want to step in. Call this one.
The official checking on Rocky Hunter vs. Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Living him back up again. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shot Hunter vs. Helmsley.
Here's your winner, and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out. Even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawai Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since incidents remain as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steel is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Somebody call the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a steel cage match. Introducing first, Brooklyn, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds,
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
Strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
Here's the opponent from the aisle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steele. We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner. These are two very different men.
The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of.
Destroy your nose. The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steele to get even crazier.
Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon. It couldn't have felt good being shoved around like that.
In the corner,
has to find a way out of there. Focusing on a body part, picking it apart. The arms is good of a place to focus as any.
Maivia is overwhelming his opponent here.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
That's not right, but effective. George Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by a count. Chief.
Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly. So we got to do this cage. Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
We've seen that Steele is in a using a form. Object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage. In a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Think about how these men prepared for this match. consummate professional who's game planned for this stipulation. And Steel, well, I think he just shows up to the arena to ask who he's fighting.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world. Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
When it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Tremendous pressure on the head and neck. Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true. Oh, no, they're getting caught here. Big spot for him. This is locked in deep.
Able to punch his way out.
Solid spin and turned it into a jawbreaker. Unraveled on George.
Stiff shot to the abdomen.
Measured up nicely. Fist drop.
Maivia has Steel on his side. We're going to put the animal down. Could this be it?
Landing on the spine.
And George just laid it out.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian. And the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawai family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that.
Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
He's looking to climb the steel cage now.
From that happens. Big body splash from the top.
Momentum is all in Maivia now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief.
Finds the room to land the back elbow. Gentlemen, we touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks too. Indeed, Michael. Just look at these
Exciting. Devastating submission coming.
Able to punch his way out.
Simple but effective side headlock takeover. Tremendous pressure applied.
Heel hook. Look at this. Oh, that's so painful.
Hard to watch, too.
High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast. He's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, some consider him the personification of Maui.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Steel now just trying to survive.
Suplex. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie-star good looks.
Quite the compliment. And it's certainly well, Michael. In fact,
He's looking for yet another exclamation mark. You enhance. Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
straight to the corner.
He is refusing to hit the brakes.
I don't see Peter Maivia slowing down anytime soon.
See it again?
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough man.
But the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew.
That the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock. Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring. She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch, and all the while she has left undeniable destruction in her ring. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entry into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the final, kicking off former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to down the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax and the Queen of the Ring Fighters.
This is the final match. This is the Queen of the Ring.
force has been on a tear recently. And Nia believes the crowd already belongs to her. Will Jackson's massive presence and sheer power be too much for Valkyria to overcome? Or can Lyra write a happy ever after ending to her Cinderella story?
Valkyria fancies herself unforgettable, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they're in the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around, deciding to live and to die. That's what Valkyria is bringing to the ring here tonight.
And her opponents from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra
Valkyria may have run a little too much fantasy in her day, and now is reality. Lyra Valkyria is about to go toe-to-toe with a real-life, fire-breathing dragon in the form of Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who's in the best physical condition of her career, tonight will make someone. Will it be Lyra? Will it be Nia? We'll find out in a matter of moments.
And guys, you win the crown. Guess what waits for you in August? A date with the champion of your respective brands at SummerSlam. And there will be a court. And now this is why the Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got a caught though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong.
That was interesting.
Nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control. She's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity.
Right now for
Lyra Valkyria to strike.
Lyra may
actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen.
Lyra
has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win queen of the ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves.
No, the referee catches a misfire.
Sent flying out of the ring here. She's out of the ring. The referee's count will begin soon. Elbow drop. This is going to take some power here. Look at this strength. Absolutely impressive.
What goes up must come down, and it sure as heck did right there. And a face crusher. I think Lyra Valkyria's face took the brunt of that shot.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the most technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing. Nothing range attack is a certain parts of your psyche. Nia knows this, and you've seen it for years.
The big question is, does Lyra?
Down to the mat. Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Lyra's a technical wizard. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually have Nia Jax outgunned. And beyond relying on her technique, if I'm Lyra, I'm going to try to frustrate Nia. I don't know how possible that is, but if you frustrate Nia, she may make a crucial mistake.
Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Sony Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow, undefeated for 3 weeks? When Nia Jax joined the main roster, she didn't lose a match for over 7. And Jax has stayed that dominant for years.
Look at this, traced in the tree of woe. What a knee lift! And Lyra certainly finds herself on the defensive.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Placing her in the corner.
She gets around the attack.
Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won.
When you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable.
And it appears that the crown is now within reach for Jax.
Well, you didn't see things going this way? You're a fool.
This is nasty brutality.
Momentum clearly on the side of Nia Jax, and the Irresistible Force is real.
Jax just turned the lights out.
Flurry of strikes. There's so many moves as Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can imagine it easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. Nia Jax doesn't have a Samoan driver skeleton.
And Lyra is put to a disadvantage now.
Valkyria needs to figure things out.
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner in the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now. Lyra gonna climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra.
Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way. Oh, no.
Here is your winner and the new queen of the ring, Nia Jax!
What a victory to the brand new queen of the ring!
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the chief content officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the queen of the ring.
Absolute dominance by the new queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family. There was no one better than Rikishi. After the head shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
When my dad, when he became a Rikishi character, you think about small wrestlers, right? Or mean, or aggressive. He made it like his own flavor. He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. It became even more popular.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
Rikishi is fat, all right?
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What? Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sin. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out the Golden Goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that this family can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin. Austin will be here live, but I would refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first from the Isle of Salt, weighing in at 424
Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about his entire career here in WWE. He's in a random Austin, not for himself, but for the Rock.
And now he's coming out here. I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager is going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit, and Rikishi's going to win. This man makes me sick.
Thanks, music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve
Austin fought for his life to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay.
Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas rattlesnake.
It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about putting up Austin and City do it again. That man is sick.
Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job. Austin's going to absolutely tee off on Rikishi.
This one is going to get ugly in a hurry.
We now know the sick, defected side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life and said he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rick.
Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's the Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold. Choke slam! I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals will go to this disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to.
Body back in under the ropes here. Gosh. Shades of the USSR with the hammer and sickle. Great anticipation. Solid punch.
propaganda Rikishi's been selling. I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin really had his life taken from him. He knows no reason to stop or tolerate somebody but that.
His confidence is beyond destroyed. Corey, let's go to Rikishi's mind when it comes to defeating Stone Cold.
Rikishi has to be prepared to endure an emotional storm like he's never felt before. The big man must recover from that and use his weight to immobilize the rattlesnake. Because we know Austin launch it. You gotta be kidding me! 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
There's nothing to do with this altercation. Not to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
Well, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water. And it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for his success. Rikishi finds his target with that one.
Delivered into the barricade.
Just makes me sick to my stomach, Austin Rikishi. This is a man who watches and feels justified for letting Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's trying this Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the shark tank that is WWE. Serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We are fortunate that only be Austin on the show for 10 minutes instead of his corner.
Here's the pin.
And there's the kick out. He's going to take this match as long and as far as he needs to.
Fights back against Stone Cold.
Shot to the front. Slipping away from that.
He's hurled out and crashes down to the floor. Heads outside the ring.
No countouts means he can take his time.
And Rikishi enjoying how he's warmed up.
Austin and Rikishi training heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
We gotta think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. He's dying to get his hands on Rikishi. All of that venom, all the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is
no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All they want to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Look at him go! That is press! Man, shoulders down! Might put him away right now!
He gets the kick out after the one.
Giving a massive effort to overcome the pin attempt. There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this all-this crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for.
Holy, meet the barricade.
Guys, I think he just got busted open.
Yeah, that does not look good. Can he continue like this?
Right outside. What's he got planned here?
Speaking of
focus up now.
And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin. He just averted disaster there.
And now Austin going to deliver the punishment with the steel chair. A relentless Texas rattlesnake. Beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all of this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough for him. He put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him. Attacking the torso again, doing a lot more damage.
Punch to the stomach and stop in their tracks. Devastating landing choke slam. Slip slam.
Getting smacked in the hips with a chair.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
Superstars getting right back in this match.
It's only if I'm never seeing what they're seeing when they're on it. Believe it, Cole, believe it.
Back body drive. Exclamation point. Shoulders down. Kicks out.
Rikishi's about ready to put an end to this. Bonsai drop. Stone Cold is experiencing the brutality of Rikishi. Rikishi hoisting up his opponent. Rikishi driving. And Austin is out.
And the cover. Rikishi sounded the fangs of the rattlesnake. Get it. This is not what the name was expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, where Rikishi was too much of a buster for Stone Cold time.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi prompted him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear view mirror.
His arrival signaled impending doom. His very presence was enough to intimidate even the bravest WWE competitor. His name itself simply meant the end. And if you found yourself standing across the ring from UMAGA, you were most certainly coming to the end of your own road. The younger brother of Rikishi, Umaga, was every bit the Samoan bulldozer that his nickname would suggest. Mauling opponents with ease, relishing the chaos that he created. A menace to the entire roster, and unrepentant badass Umaga tortured his prey with high-impact collisions before ultimately sealing their fate with his vaunted Samoan spike, a vicious move used today by Solo Sikoa.
Inside the ring, man, he was just a complete monster. Anybody that stood in front of him was gonna wreck him, no matter what he had to do. He was a crazy, wild Samoan. Outside of the ring, man, just a loving guy to be around. A fun uncle, always joking, always barbecuing at his house. I always looked up to him. He was just so cool.
Perhaps, and on the heralded aspect of Umaga's game was his mastery of mental warfare. Umaga loved to present a wild, out of control savage, one who needed manager Armando Alejandro Estrada to handle all the details while he destroyed opponents. Umaga was the perfect definition of the word aura. A two-time intercontinental heavyweight champion, Umaga established himself as one of the purest forms of dominance to ever set foot in a WWE ring. His intense clashes with Batista, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, along with WWE Championship battles against John Cena, still live on in the memories of those who were fortunate enough to watch Umaga perform. And Umaga will live in immortality through every member of this family, whether it's with a huge Samoan drop, a running bulldozer into the corner, a Samoan spike, or even a war cry in the middle of battle. Umaga is forever.
I wish he was here. I know he's watching from above.
So you, our beloved in training, are asked one simple thing here in the WWE 2K25 showcase. To defeat John Cena. You've done that in this mode before, right? Simple. It was at New Year's Revolution in 2007 that Umaga and John Cena first collided for the WWE title. Umaga appeared to be too much for Cena in the minds of many pundits. Undefeated in WWE some 9 months after his debut, and things were going very well for Umaga. Until they weren't. Umaga would see his undefeated streak end by, of all things, a damn roll-up after rushing directly into the outstretched shoes of John Cena. One second of luck allowed John Cena to escape the inevitable. And now it's on you to fix it. Head into that ring. Showcase Umaga's cruel brutality and get Umaga the WWE Heavyweight Championship victory that he should have gotten in the first place. I assure you, my dear friend, Armando Alejandro Estrada will make sure nothing else goes wrong if you take care of business inside the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He can be the next WWE champion. There, 400-pound a man that since debuting right after WrestleMania 9 months ago has remained undefeated. And Umaga has been in the ring firing with the best of WWE.
This man looks, moves, and sounds like a movie monster. Except Umaga is for real. He is a Samoan bulldozer, an 18-wheel version with a mean streak. Big, athletic, strong, and probably could outweigh John Cena by well over 100 pounds.
Since 1963, the WWE titles only changed hands twice here in Kansas City. That's twice in the last 47 years.
Umaga is a scary human being. He can easily change that trend right here tonight.
John Cena has a gigantic challenger waiting in the ring. But Cena doesn't have to reverse gear.
Absolutely not. The champ only goes one way, and that's straight at you.
John Cena, a three-time WWE champion, the handler of Umaga, onto a strong, trying to control his undefeated challenger.
Once the bell rings, these two are going to go at each other full force.
New notification. New friend online. New friend online. Press the PS button for details.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 353 pounds. From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 248 pounds, he is the WWE Champion,
A title coveted by legends and hungry young talent alike.
Here we go with the WWE Championship on the line. John Cena versus the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga. Big fight feel here in this building. The undefeated
Umaga has set his sights on Cena, and there's nothing left standing in his way. Umaga doesn't just want to beat John Cena, he wants to obliterate him, like he has all his other opponents.
But this is John Cena we're talking about.
If anyone can stand up to Umaga,
Watch out! Taking a leg to nowhere.
did you see that? Risking it all and taking an awful fall.
Umaga is truly a specimen to marvel at, Corey. And his handler, Armando Alejandro Estrada, knows he has a thoroughbred on his hands.
There's a difference between thoroughbreds and Umaga, though, Cole. Thoroughbreds can be tamed. Umaga cannot. Estrada can only serve as a mouthpiece for Umaga. He can only help direct Umaga's blind brutality. I think even Estrada knows no one can control the Samoan Bulldozer.
Ringside and back to the mat.
It's never good when Umaga has that look in his eyes.
Gets out of the ring. What's going to happen now?
Oh my gosh, going head on into the stairs.
And you just see Cena's legs barely awkwardly off the steel steps. Umaga really pinpointed a target with that attack.
I don't know if it was strategic on the part of Umaga, just resolving his rampage. But either way, taking out Cena's foundation is going to sway the power advantage into Umaga's favor now.
Cena tonight attempting to do something no one else has been able to do. Be it HBK, Triple H, Kane, the list goes on and on. No one has been able to beat Umaga.
Since debuting in last year's WrestleMania, he's never been pinned, never been submitted. Umaga is a man who's decimated every single thing in his path. It's not hyperbole to call him a dangerous and deadly savage. Stamina is going to be a key factor in this match tonight. Can Cena weather Umaga's vicious attacks? Can Umaga keep up the offensive pressure as Cena drags this into deep waters?
I think you're right, Coach. This might just come down to who has more gas in the tank.
Umaga with a reversal.
A rare position for Cena in this fight. We can't often say that John's overpowered in a matchup, but this 360-plus pound Samoan bulldozer is more than a formidable opponent.
Listen, sometimes when there's a fight, you're not going to be the biggest. You're not always going to be the strongest. And even if that is the case for Cena tonight, John Cena has never met a fight he didn't like.
Cena will try to gain strength from his capacity crowd in Kansas City. Not even that may be enough to stop a rampaging Umaga.
And Umaga is in control. Cena has no response for Umaga's savage and brutal offense.
Agonizing.
Brutal knee strike.
Strong impact. With the attacks Umaga has been delivering, you have to think about internal injuries mounting on Cena now.
Thrown with such force, the whole ring is rattling.
Umaga rearing. Step ahead there.
Momentum going back to his corner.
Could be what Cena needed to ignite a rally. Shows that this is still anybody's match at this point.
And Cena is taking out a lot of offense now.
Umaga is simply overpowering John Cena right now.
The jaw. What a shot. The intensity of Umaga. Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point. Big body drop. And I could look at Umaga and he reminds me of YOKUZUNA. He's unmatched thickness and size and offense.
Look at Umaga's thighs, his calf. Here it comes! Samoan split! Could that be enough to gain the title?
Placed against the turnbuckles.
And Cena flattened in the corner.
Umaga just overpowering him. Look at the strike! Into the corner, just setting Cena up!
You have to start to ask yourself, is the end of John Cena near?
I think so. What a headbutt!
No one has been able to stop Umaga. No one.
You are seeing why Umaga is undefeated. Why no one has been able to stop the Samoan bulldozer.
Here comes Umaga. And Cena catches him with a boot. John Cena from behind. Shoulders down. And a kick out by Umaga.
And Cena immediately back into the clutches of Umaga.
I'm not sure what else Cena can do here. I'm not sure John Cena knows how to stop Umaga.
And Corey, you know there's no force equal to being on the receiving end of a headbutt from Umaga.
Umaga's gonna fly!
He fails to connect.
Oh man! Sometimes I look at Umaga and it just scares me. I think he forgets that he's even in a championship match. Estrada is very aware of it, but Umaga sometimes looks oblivious to what's going on, other than the fact that he knows he's supposed to hurt his opponent.
From the top rope!
Samoan splash! A completely relentless attack from Umaga.
Cena needs to find some energy fast.
Slam! Landed him.
Pulls their opponent.
Belly to belly.
This'll do it. Umaga splits. We might see a new champion crowned.
And into the cover. Based on what we just saw, I think this match is far from over.
Who knows what that kick out cost? The champ might be running on fumes.
And I think we all know this is only going to make a monster like Umaga even angrier.
Two powerhouses, a championship on the line. We knew this would be a battle. Umaga and Cena not giving up any ground here. It's a good offense from Cena there, but it's going to be hard for John to have any lasting effect on such a huge man. Cena and Umaga are out of this. This'll do it. Umaga. The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Champion.
This proves it. Truly no one can withstand Umaga. The Samoan bulldozer has wrecked his way straight to the WWE Championship. Cena's title reign is over.
An incredibly impressive showing from Umaga tonight. Absolutely lovely John Cena, the savage.
Hey, in WWE, things move really fast. If you aren't present in the moment, it can feel like a year goes by in only 2 or 3 minutes. That's why you always have to make time to make sure that you check. Hold on. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? 3 minutes? Stop. Can you believe I'm actually doing Eric Bischoff's shtick? In the early 2000s, few words sent a shudder through the roster like the words 3 minutes. Summoning the fearsome duo of Rosie and Jamal, collectively known as the 3-minute warning. Initially hired by the aforementioned Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff to interrupt anything he didn't find to be entertaining.
You're just not entertaining me.
3 minutes are just about up.
The two instantly made their mark in WWE with their complete and total decimation of anyone that was targeted. Their formula was really simple. Two bruisers with surprising quickness who took pleasure in throwing opponents all around the ring with reckless abandon. And the trail of bodies left in their wake remains a testament to their devastation. Rosie, older brother of your tribal chief Roman Reigns, and Jamal, who would in time develop his skills further and take the name of MAGA. Were about instant gratification. They treated matches like a race, seeing how much damage they could fit into the shortest time possible.
The 3-minute warning with my brother and my cousin, it was just one of the coolest gimmicks of all time. It was catchy, you know what I mean? Like you kind of knew what was happening, and I feel like we all remember when the 3-minute warning hit for the first time. The whole damn TV area just lit up.
Every match was a train wreck, as the two would use their size to overwhelm most opponents, coupling that with incredible tag team maneuvers to increase the carnage to its maximum levels. That approach, maximizing damage while minimizing time, was a 3-minute warning signature. The team itself saw its run in WWE last for a little over a year, but in that time managed to make such an impression with the WWE Universe that it still resonates today. They are proof of the impact anyone can make if they capitalize capitalize on their opportunities as 3-minute warning did every single time.
It was a short-lived gimmick, but it was a really cool gimmick, and I just think it shows the versatility of, hey, if you need us to go out there and tell you a Broadway story, I'll cover 2 hours if you like. But if you need us to come out in 3 minutes to make an impact, we can do that too. It'd be really good to be thrown in there with the very, very best in the industry. I'm getting all pumped and proud for my brother and my cousin right now just thinking about it.
Here, in the WWE 2K25 showcase, we have selected another team that embodies the same mindset in AKUP and Razor, the AOP. Similar to Jamal and Rosie, these two look to inflict the most pain in the most efficient manner. Like 3-minute warning, AOP happily dispatches when summoned. Like 3-minute warning, AOP features 2 Goliaths who will hurl your body from pillar to post before finally bringing it all to a most painful conclusion. It's up to you in this extreme rules contest to beat the AOP to the punch and showcase the Wrecking Crew approach that made 3-minute warning the premier bruiser squad in all of WWE. And don't worry, we will give you more than 3 minutes to make that fact perfectly clear. Matter of fact, take your time and enjoy dishing out the punishment.
AOP is here, ready to wreak havoc. And they want to prove 3-minute warning has nothing on them.
Two roughneck teams ready to use this extreme rule stipulation to the fullest.
The following contest is a tag team extreme rules match and accompanied by Ellery and a combined weight of 620 pounds. AKUP and the authors AOP looks unintimidated by the task at hand. They are totally prepared for the merciless tandem of 3-minute warning. You know, there's actually a lot in common between these two teams in terms of tactics and physicality. And guys, the authors of pain now have 3 minutes. And combined with 770 pounds.
Authors of Pain versus 3-minute warning is a recipe for brutality and ruthless carnage.
That's a regular match, Cole. This is Extreme Rules. These two squads are going to take each other. 3-minute warning made a career demolishing anyone who got their way. Why would AOP be any different? Because that's exactly what AOP does too. They play the same game as 3-minute warning.
Here we go with AOP and 3-minute warning going head-to-head. This is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a good thing it is, because these teams like to play by the rules or limit their aggressive tendencies.
There's nothing on the minds of these men except dealing as much damage to one another as possible. Both 3-Minute Warning and the AOP excel at brutalizing their opponents and inflicting massive amounts of pain. But only one of them can be the best at it. We can safely predict that this is going to be an exceptionally gruesome and painful match to watch. Representing the biggest, most imposing teams WWE has ever seen. Both teams don't care what the motive is, don't care who the target is. They're doing what it's made to say, and that is complete destruction of the opposition. We call for equal opportunity ass kickers. The first few rows should take a couple steps back because no one is safe when you're in the vicinity of these teams. To bring the pain to their opponents, but I'm not sure AOP's ready for the pure chaos that put this shoulders down, kick out, loose cover leads to a strong kick out. He is getting ready to turn back the pass. Was this too hot, sexy like a car? Oh my God. Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined. He's colliding. These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around. It's really just best to find weapons and whack away. Yeah, there's plenty of weapons to choose from. The ropes are back in the ring. He can be confident going on the attack. He's taking on some damage. Yeah, that can be a perfect one for him to build upon. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight. That's for cleaning. Saxton is about to be used to clean house. He's busted open. We need to get the doctors out here quick. Stiff jerk shot to the gut. Special attention to Rosie in this matchup. 6'5", 375 pounds, and then can run a 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds. This guy is a pure athlete. Rosie played high school football with a legendary running back before playing college ball in Hawaii. Imagine being pancaked by the force Rosie brings. Well, in the kendo stick, any connection with flesh will definitely leave a wound. A chance to win it here. Kick out the close to 3. You have to think this battle is starting to weigh down on him. Rosie. This is illegal. Rosie and John survive extreme rules.
Here are your winners.
Gotta give it up to 3-Minute Warning in a contest between two of the most badass squads we've ever seen. They were the tougher competitors. Yeah, but AOP certainly made 3-Minute Warning earn this win. Just think about all the carnage we witnessed here tonight.
We've come to the part of the showcase when we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday Night Raw, and I seen Tamina debut with my brothers. It was pretty cool, dynamic between my brothers and Tamina.
Together, Tamina and the Usos helped each other navigate through a trial-filled first year in WWE, making sure they all survived together. In later years, Tamina has formed alliances with both Naomi and Nia Jax, honoring this family's connection. While Tamina has looked to create her own name in the industry, she has never missed a chance to acknowledge her place in this family either. Trained by Afa and SIKO, the wild Samoan. Tamina was instilled with the same instincts that have carried each member of this family to wrestling glory. Her in-ring approach is similar to many in the bloodline. Quick striking, high impact attack, and smothering hold. As capable with a super kick for a big splash as anyone else, Tamina has maintained a remarkable level of success in her WWE career. A constant contender, Tamina has competed for the Women's Championship on many occasions. She's also held the Women's Tag Team Championship along with 9 separate reigns as the 24/7 champion. Tamina has proven capable in any environment against any opponent. Tamina is always the perfect test for a rising contender. Defeating Tamina proves that you're at the top of your game, and she will always expose those who aren't quite ready yet. Taking her lightly is the easiest way to book your visit to the local medical facility. Tamina has taken part in many memorable moments, but in the 2K25 showcase, we're going to give you the chance to make history. In the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, Carmella, of all people, would walk out victorious after letting someone else do all the work. Tamina, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Charlotte Flair were all robbed of a great opportunity that by Carmella. So this is your chance to make it right. Showcase Tamina's grit and take out the other four ladies in this ladder match to become the first ever winner of the Women's Money in the Bank. Carmella might still sneak out with the win, but if she does, she's doing it on her own because we're not allowing anyone else at ringside for this match in our showcase.
We're making history tonight here in St. Louis, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
It's the first ever women money in the Bank ladder match. Introducing first from the Queen City,
Charlotte Flair looking to become a Triple Crown champion. Every opportunity she has put in front of herself, she has seized. This is a night where careers change forever. You're right, Cole. You can feel it.
Legends are going to be made. Careers defined. Hearts broken. This is Money in the Bank.
Becky Lynch with a very astute point. I rip up arms. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
next
excited than anything because I get to be part of history.
Becky Lynch, the first woman drafted to the SmackDown. The SmackDown Women's Champion. Can she become the first Miss Money in the Bank?
You can feel the excitement the moment they brought out the ladders before this show started. There's a big fight feel right here in St. Louis.
There's a big fight coming. Tamina, perhaps the most dominant superstar in this match.
And I guarantee she is not fazed by taking on 4 different opponents in a ladder match.
This is a milestone moment that is being watched all over the world.
And Tamina is hoping to live up to her family's legacy. She wants that briefcase. She wants that title. It's in her blood. Mel is money. And she is as confident as ever.
Carmella's made a couple of good points recently, saying, I was the last woman drafted in the WWE draft last summer. How big of a chip is on her shoulder? She's got a huge chip on her shoulder. And also, don't forget, Carmella's had some major victories lately, so she has all the fuel you can need heading into a match of this type. Natalya, another superstar who walked into this match thinking she has legacy on her side tonight. Every last woman in this match has chased this opportunity so fiercely. They have chased the championship, perhaps none more so than Natalya.
Winning Money in the Bank will certainly go a long way to helping Natalya prove she too is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Winning that briefcase is like taking a proverbial express lane to success.
Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Tamina, Carmella, Natalya, all with a chance to make history. All to the opportunity to become the first Miss Money in the Bank.
The revolution that became this evolution only continues in the women's division. One of these women will climb the ladder and earn the opportunity of a lifetime.
And she's out of the ring. Remember, no countouts in this one. And looking at the playing field, the majority of these women will be utilizing submission offense to put opponents to ladder.
Tapping someone else won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal. You heard Becky say she was going to rip arms off tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
Remember, the first woman to climb the ladder to retrieve the briefcase will become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. No countouts, no disqualifications in this match.
Everybody is coming in with a different strategy, but remaining close is the key. Luck is going to play a part. That's will increase your odds if you stay close to the ladder and close to the briefcase.
Gets placed into the steel steps. Is there anyone more intimidated in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before. It could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years. She can be set up for a submission here.
In the corner. The armbar's locked in. And successfully unlocked powerfully too. Tamina just inflicted as much pain as possible and enjoyed it. no safe haven in this match. These rivals can be your best friend, or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There's no room for friends when history's being made.
Not when you can go down to the record books as the first in Miss Money in the Bank.
This is good.
Yeah, represents the possibility of completely unraveling here. Debilitating attacks like that are exactly how you create a big element.
She's breaking it apart.
Looks like scaling the ladder was the easy part of the job. Not hitting the ground for a big challenge. Is this the right time? Is this the career-making moment?
The contract that can change law by extending all the way.
This is what we call with a DDT.
Heading back into the ring now.
A helpless Charlotte. Does it mean the end is near? Super kick. Charlotte doesn't have a chance of coming back from that maneuver. What a huge club. Slam with focus. Money in the Bank briefcase still hanging high. This is what it's all about. The opportunity of a lifetime. What are you willing to do? How much can you sacrifice to be the first Miss Money in the Bank? Put into place.
Remember, she's looking winded now.
Let's deep into it. The last thing you want is to start breaking down. Discomfort will make ascending a ladder very challenging.
And here we go, returning to the ring. And she's positioned on the sideway to center the ring now.
She doesn't want to stay there. Shake the leg.
It's a flip upside down there.
Let's see if this is right for the picking.
She's reaching.
But you got to just keep going. Big time.
She might be nearing the end of her break.
Yeah, she's really in trouble now. I don't know if she can turn it around.
Once again, she's put on the back foot.
All of this discomfort will make ascending a ladder very challenging. Incredible. And her twist.
One tap here. Nothing on that.
Still hasn't hurt a lot though.
Setting up the ladder. This could be it. Head up that ladder. Center of the ring. So close to victory. Hands must be shaking up there, making it difficult. And she had Natalia's number there. Her endurance is really being tested now.
Yeah, when ladders are part of the match, you really can't expect anything less. These two have learned each other so well.
But now Natalia, I can't see this fight going much deeper. So much offense.
You gotta worry about the lingering effects.
And Becky gets caught with an effective attack there.
It's deep into a ladder. That's the last thing you want is to start breaking down. knee.
Side motion leg sweep.
Charlotte Flair in the trademark chopping. The Queen has cleared a bullet in the door, and that's a laboratory throwing the weights. History on the line. Guaranteed chip. That's it. Roll through. And she's there it is. Disarmer. That's one way out of the disarmer.
She could be out of this match.
She's really taking a beating tonight. I don't think she's got much left. Put in the corner now. Blood stop it. Tamina not caring to think he's a bad guy. The crowd's acclamation is immediate. All that matters is the contract suspended above the ring. Tamina is showing so much dominance in this match. She's going for it.
She certainly is. She can do it.
Seems to be struggling a bit up there. Sweaty palms making this difficult. She's going to the top of the ladder.
Guys, this is crazy.
It doesn't get more ridiculous than this.
Three second-generation superstars competing in this match. Charlotte and Tamina. And the top is a third-generation superstar. Women for these kind of moments. Any replay will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank. A deafening cheer from the WWE Universe is reverberating around us.
Absolutely unreal.
And going for body blows is a good way to drain your opponent. She goes back into the ring.
Toast to the title wheelhouse. The Hart family legacy lives on. Sharpshooter applied.
It's going to be a matter of seconds.
And the agony has no reason to end as we see her tapping out in pain.
Tamina pushed into a weakened state now.
It is scratching and clawing time if Tamina wants to stay in this. Getting her set up for something in the corner. That was brutal, and now the blood is flowing from Natalya's face.
Becky Lynch with a great shot.
Face first off the knee. And the Queen hits a spear. The Queen just unleashed her royal wrath on Becky Lynch. Hooked up. Shin breaker. And the energy in here is raising the hairs on the back of my neck.
She's looking around in the corner. She's never seen anything good come out of this. She puts the brakes on that. One shot, skill brutality coming right at you.
Brutal. Has to chop the liver by Charlotte. That's right. Selection. Becky's hope to reclaim her women's championship is looking a whole lot bleaker now. Picked up the big. Once again into a torso area, taking the punishment. Big time blood grind. Good grief. Is this her chance to climb the ladder and become Miss Money in the Bank?
this thing out onto the floor now.
Forcing her right out of the ring. Big clothesline. Powerbomb position. Going down, punches and counters out. Let's go.
She's tapping it. Doesn't even matter. It can't save her here. She's going for her destiny, guys.
But she better hurry. She doesn't have much time.
Ladder set right in the middle of the ring. Starts the clock, but needs to move quickly. Get on the hook here.
It's just a matter of time now. No room for error on top of the ladder.
Sanders the ladder, center of the ring.
Definitely the spot you want to put it.
Here we go, Byron.
Natalia's night could have just ended right there. She might not be in any condition to climb a ladder.
What a damaging blow.
Ladder's in position. Gonna make the climb. Needs to move quickly.
Chance.
The overzealous going for it here. Too late to stop now, though. Handstand into the knee drop. What a sweep. Effective arm drag.
Setting up the ladder in the corner. Cutting the back spot.
Shoulder to the stomach. Now bringing her fury to ringside.
Get this back into the ring now.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
And there's a good blow to the body. We see Natalia.
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal. Hooks the big to the midsection.
Leg to the bulldog.
Oof.
Hooked up. Fisherman suplex. Adrenaline pumping. Here she goes. Top rope. Are you kidding me? Really taking a ton of punishment.
Maybe too much punishment. Things might be getting a little unsafe here.
Ascending the ropes.
From the top.
Crash and burn.
What a spectacular misfire. And that's why we say, don't try this at home, viewers, because a terrible misfire. The flare with a trademark chopping. And that is going to put Tamina out of the equation for a long time.
She's sending a little dead center.
Prize now. Really not some looks in this guy. She's favoring her torso here.
Yeah, taking damage like that to your midsection makes it hard to breathe. She's taking a real shot above the shoulders. Natalia set front to the outside. Smash dab in the center of the ring.
Perfect placement. The ladder see if this is right for the picking. Needs to focus and pull it together.
Charlotte has the contract. The Queen is Miss Money in the Bank.
The winner of the Money in the Bank contract is the first ever Money in the Bank.
Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Tamina chance to make history. I'll tell you the opportunity. We call it the first ever Miss Money in the Bank.
The revolution that became an evolution only continues in the women's division. One of these women will climb the ladder and earn the opportunity of a lifetime.
Contract that can change lives, hanging above the rim. Probably the most ultimate opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars will successfully capped in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash-in has only failed once. And the unforgettable cash-in was awarded to Enrique in advance. He is almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if he grabs the contract tonight.
Such a dangerous setting for all these superstars. These competitors are limited by their imagination.
Your head has to be a constant slipping. Ladders will be used as weapons. Anything can happen to get that briefcase. I think they can hold too quick for Bruce. Still behind the total Saxton.
Is it in reach? There's some skin slam from the line.
DDT.
No safe haven in this match. These ladders could be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There is no room for friends when history's being made.
Not when you can go down in the record books as the Miss Money in the Bank.
This is a situation you are in the world.
To the outside. Looks like they do not select them inside the ring anymore.
Here we go.
You gotta be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. The kid said didn't pay off.
This is the chance. Putting it in there.
Every second up there is allowing the opposition to recover.
I'm looking at the playing field. The majority of these women love to utilize their submission offenses when opponents are
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
You heard Randy say she was going to rip arms off tonight. She comes out the top ladder with your arms.
now bringing the fight back into the ring. Wicked shot.
Here comes the setup. Double DDT. It's always good to find a fight in a situation like this, but crashing down like that, having the wind knocked out of you, never a good time for that to happen.
Good strike here.
That can shatter a jaw.
Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before, it could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her the first title opportunity in over 2 years.
That opportunity pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
Back into the ring she goes.
Face first with a waistlock takedown. Continuing to attack the neck. Tricked over the top rope.
Three second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalia, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women bred for these kind of moments.
Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank. DDT!
Mounting! And hammered away! With strikes like that, it's clear they have nothing but punishment on their mind. Taking
show if she can be a brutal competitor on that exchange.
What a shot.
Looks like she wants to take things to the floor here.
Ladder set right in the middle. Starts the clock that needs to move quickly. Fingers Rikishi. This is a risky play, but could be the only opportunity on the match. Can she clutch it in closer to claiming her championship? Flapjack. Comes landing face first. She's going for her destiny, guys.
But she better floating. She doesn't have the pressure.
Picture perfect. Fireman's carry. She's been slowed down yet again.
As all this pain and discomfort will make a similar very challenging.
Here we go. This is where he's going to take it. To finish the job. Just as crashing to the arena floor. It pulls off the reversal. Quick thinking that time. Suplex. Very nice. And she's only taking this damage at this stage.
Yeah, you're well average report of the match. You really can't expect anything less.
She's looking even worse for wear now.
I have no idea how she's still standing.
She's launched out of the ring.
The opponent, Natalia, doing what she does best. Sharpshooter block.
She's not going to attack.
She can tap out what she wants. It's going to put an end to the suffering. The man connects.
Driven directly into the steel stairs.
Back into the ring she comes. Drop kick. Right on the money. Kick to the body. Oh, God. Look at this. This can't be good. This is dead center and ready to go, guys.
She's going to crash into the ring and battling it out.
She's in close. Can she end this here?
The whole match is literally in the palm of their hands.
She's set the dead center.
Rise now.
Center of the ring.
Try it out.
Victory is literally within reach.
History on the Team Championship. Nothing but carnage happening in this one.
5 women fighting for their key to destiny, willing to go through hell for it.
Carrying in a championship position here.
Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte
driving Tamina and pull to the floor.
Both
women crashing down hard. The Queen Charlotte Flair, the first to her feet, surveying the situation.
Tamina into the steps.
Well, you are seeing a heightened level of aggression, heightened level of intensity from all these competitors because of the stakes involved.
Guys, where's Charlotte going?
Flair looking to up the ante now from the top.
Oh my goodness, taking it on everybody.
The Queen rising to the occasion.
What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is... genetically superior.
Undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the list?
This match is just evolving right before our very eyes.
I really hope it doesn't get more dangerous than this.
Toss back into the ring.
to climb a ladder at all.
Head scissor. And the fight keeps being brought to Natalia.
The Queen is looking for a chance to deliver the knockout blow. They have the ice bath ready for after this match. Yeah, Eric's really have to be hurting now, guys. And she heads out to the floor.
Obviously was in need of a breather.
Side slam. Off the ladder. Let's see if this is right for the picking.
She's stretching. Can she go? Suplex once. Surrender this over. This could be over.
Here she goes.
Can she? Charlotte has the contract. The Queen is Miss Money in the Bank. This new generation of female superstars are providing yet another milestone moment here. Tamina, Charlotte, Carmella, Natalia, and Becky Lynch are going to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase to become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank.
No safe haven in this match. These rappers could be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There's no room for friends when history is being made.
Not when you can go down in the record books as the first Miss Money in the Bank.
Knee right between his shoulders.
Heavy contact into the steel steps.
She's setting something up.
Double suplex.
Remember the first woman to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase to become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. No disqualifications in this match.
Everybody is coming in with a different strategy, but remaining close is the key. One is going to pull apart, but you'll increase your odds if you stay close to a ladder and close to the briefcase.
Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before, it could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina lets the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion. Snap and takedown. Big time club. Good grief.
Tamina landed heavy shots on Charlotte.
Charlotte thought tonight would be an ascension to her throne. Tamina's here to ruin that dream.
Not looking good. In this position. And looking at the playing field. The majority of these warriors need to watch their submission offenses to their opponents.
Tapping someone out for the win this match. These men should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in the arsenal. Before Becky said she was going to tonight, the Kawasaki climbed the ladder with no arms. Tamina not caring that Becky's a fan favorite. The crowd's adulation is meaningless. All that matters is the contract suspended above the ring.
Tamina's been showing
So much dominance in this match.
Why the heck would you go for a pin here?
To miss the face.
Look at this. Picture perfect backbreaker. The contract that can change lives hanging above the ring. Probably the most fertile opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars have successfully tapped in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash in his only thing once. And the other thing cash in was only 2 weeks in advance. You are almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if you grab the contract tonight. It's going to be in. Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte driving Tamina and both to the floor.
Both women crashing down hard. The Queen Charlotte Flair, the first to her feet, surveying the situation.
Tamina into the steps.
Well, Or you are seeing a heightened level of aggression, heightened level of intensity from all these competitors because of the stakes involved. Guys, where's Charlotte going? Flair looking to up the ante now from the top.
Oh my goodness, taking out everybody.
The Queen rising to the occasion. What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior. Undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder?
Three second-generation superstars competing for this match. It's not the top of the course. It doesn't just mention superstars. Women love for these kind of moments. Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money.
These superstars are ready to take this fight wherever it wants to go. Even run to the announcer's area.
Tamina's
absolutely wrecking shop on Natalya, making sure the veterans won't have the strength to climb a ladder at all.
It's running swan time. The Queen now going up.
Taking high risk, but was off the mat.
And outside she goes. What's her plan here? He lost some of her stamina at this stage.
This deep into a ladder match, the last thing you want is to start breaking down.
She counters it. Taking things back into the ring.
Carmella is clearly looking for it. Looking for this thing.
Can they step through? Yes. Boston Crab, the legendary Boston Crab.
Needs to find a way out quickly. She grabs the angle and does it.
To the gut.
It's a setup.
And this one could be moving to ringside.
With that sharp elbow.
Basement rock kick. Becky definitely felt every last bit of that was.
This deep into a ladder match, so the last thing you want is to start breaking down.
She's reaching out the top as fast as she can.
All eyes are clearly high above the ring.
Nice gut-wrench suplex.
To the sky.
She's tossed right out of the ring. Brilliant. Right to the back of the knee. Things are looking a little rocky for her.
As all of this pain and discomfort will make ascending the ladder very challenging.
Rapid fire lights over and over. My goodness. Team Hearts is fired up tonight. But Tamina just one move from turning this around. And she's positioned perfectly in the center of the ring there.
Charlotte clearly not thinking much of her opponent right here. And driving them down.
Climbing up. Loser up top. She takes a spin up in the air. Reaching for the prize. Adrenaline. No. Let's go. She just released the hold.
Maybe she has something better in mind. Harsh forearm.
Draped across the middle row.
Money in the bank briefcase still hanging high. This is what it's all about. The opportunity to win. What are you willing to do? How much can you sacrifice to be the first Miss Money in the Bank? And the opening could be the opening. You just have to go for it.
That was just disrespectful.
There's a crucifix wrestling down.
Spin kicked in midsection.
Piercing the throat. She's fired up, ready to show her opponent what she's got.
Look at the double team here. He's ready to take this match to the outside. Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring.
Gravy. Into the crowd. Carmelo's eyes just growing wider. Is this her chance to climb the ladder and become Miz Money in the Bank? History on the line. Guaranteed championship opportunity. Nothing but carnage happening in this one. 5 women fighting for their key to destiny. Willing to go through hell for it.
Picking your teeth in the third row. Looking helpless right now. Double team. And there's Carmella able to fix on the offensive one.
This is the title wheelhouse. Family legacy lives on. Sharpshooter applied.
She's trapped in the submission.
She's tapping, but it doesn't matter at all in this situation.
And enters back into the ring. Climbing up. Easier on top. She's reaching slow.
Slowing steady into the this situation.
He was within reach now.
Let's see how that looks. Too much here. Becky with history in her hands.
St. Louis behind Becky now.
Let's see if this is right for the picket.
She's reaching out to try to hook it as fast as she can.